If you were to name the most powerful and richest countries in the world today, the name of the United States would undoubtedly come first. The largest economy in the world, the strongest military, hundreds of international military bases, the birthplace of the world's top technology companies, and the dream country of billions of people, America. But have you ever thought how the country whose existence was unknown to the people of Europe only a few centuries ago is influencing the economy and politics of the whole world today? What happened that after World War II, when Europe was reduced to rubble, America took the seat of world leadership with the fastest economic boom in history? In this documentary today, we will know how America became the most influential country in the world from a new colony. The story begins in 1492. Italian navigator Christopher Columbus sailed to India, but in a strange twist of fate, he ended up in a completely different continent. Interestingly, until his death, he believed he had reached Asia. But Europe quickly realized it was a new world. Then began the competition of European powers. Spain, Portugal, England, France, and the Netherlands started to establish colonies in the Americas one after the other. But this land was never empty. Native Americans lived here for thousands of years. After the arrival of the Europeans, war, occupation, disease, and persecution decimated their population. Diseases like smallpox and influenza killed millions of people because they had no immunity against these diseases.
Over time, the British established 13 colonies in North America. Thousands of people from Europe began to settle there, hoping for agriculture, trade, and a new life. But the 7 Years' War from 1756 to 1763 weakened Britain economically. To make up for that loss, they began imposing new taxes on the American colonies, one after another. The common people became angry. No taxation without representation. The freedom movement began with this demand. The First Continental Congress was formed in 1774, where George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and many other leaders came together. After a long struggle came the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and within a few years, the United States was born. But then, America was not as big as it is today, a small country consisting of only 13 states. But their greatest strength was foresight. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson purchased the Louisiana Territory from France. The size of the country almost doubled in just one agreement. Then, through the war with Mexico, large areas including Texas, California, Nevada joined the United States. The decision to purchase Alaska from Russia in 1867 was considered ridiculous by many at the time, but decades later, huge oil, gas, and gold reserves were discovered there, which gave a new impetus to the American economy. Then another important chapter begins. In 1848, when the news of the discovery of gold in California spread, people from different parts of the world rushed there. In history, it is known as Gold Rush. Not only gold, but later large deposits of oil were discovered in Texas, Pennsylvania, and other areas. Utilizing these resources, the United States rapidly industrialized. Huge investments were made in railways, roads, ports, power, and urban development. One thing they quickly realized: strong infrastructure drives the economy in the long run. Besides natural resources, another great strength of America was innovation. In 1790, they introduced the Patent Act, which legally protected the ownership of new inventions. It encourages people to invent new technologies. The world's largest technology companies were later born in the continuity of this culture. Huge investments in research and development make America a center of science and technology. Then came the First and Second World Wars. While Europe was in the throes of war, America was initially neutral and made huge money by supplying arms, food, fuel, and various military equipment. After participating in the war, the devastation of the war did not reach the American mainland. As a result, while European factories were destroyed, American factories continued to produce at full speed. When Europe was looking for money to rebuild after the war, America was the most powerful economic center in the world.
In 1944, the dollar was given a special position in the international economic system through the Bretton Woods Conference. Later, in 1971, President Richard Nixon abolished gold's direct relationship with the dollar. At the same time, the dollar became central to global trade by ensuring the dollar's use in the Middle East oil trade. As a result, a large part of international trade is still done in dollars. Another great strength of America was its ability to attract the world's talent. During World War II, many scientists, researchers, and inventors immigrated to America from Europe. Later, skilled people from different countries of the world settled there. It is this diverse talent that advances America's technology, medicine, education, and industry. But America's story is not just about success. Despite being the world's largest economy in the country,